Cancer. Hi guys. I'm Chris and welcome to your full moon in Gemini reading. All right. So, Sag season, how about that? Full moon in Gemini, how about that? Mercury Retrograde, I don't know about that, right? Like, what a kind of fucking annoying way to end the year, huh? Like, 2017 just can't go. Like, it just can't go and, like, buy and, like, move the fuck on. It's got to give us one last, like, fucking punch in the gut, Cancer. You know what I'm saying? Like, Two of Wands, right? Starting out here, Two of Wands, right? Choices, kind of forging paths forward, but like in the stage where we're trying to get like in touch with ourselves and like figure out what we want. And Cancer, like this is exactly where this energy is taking you, right? This full moon energy in Gemini, like Gemini is this big, chatty, social, witty, like restless kind of sign, right? But then with its ruling planet Mercury, which is also super restless, going retrograde, like there's this like push and pull of energy that's happening, right? And with Cancer, it's happening in your unconscious, right? So imagine all these like voices, like all these different like all this different energy, this chattiness that's like inside of you internally, Nine of Cups, and the Sun, Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. Awesome. Okay. So what was I saying? So you have all this like chatty energy, but like deep within you, in your subconscious, and on top of it all, you have Mercury in retrograde, like kind of confusing things. Like you thought you know, but you didn't know, right? Like so. Let's get started here, right? Two of Wands, choices, things to consider, kind of getting in touch with your gut. So Cancer with like all that chatter going on and then Mercury retrograde bringing it out of you, like this is going to be a big time for you guys to really go deep and like get in touch with like weird phobias or anxieties that come up for you, right? Like especially anxieties, like things. Cancer is so good at like rocking a baby to sleep. Cancer is so good at like going with the flow, right? But like your domain is the emotions and intuition and like feelings, right? Nine of Cups, like being all up in your feels, like this overwhelming sense. A candle went out and I thought my card was on fire because I just saw this smoke coming out. Um, being all up in these feels, but like with this mental mercurial like cerebral energy, it might throw you off balance a little bit, right? So I just did the Gemini reading, and for them I said, guys, it's just like time to pull it back, right? But it's because Gemini needs to be focused on work right now. What Cancer needs to be focused on right now is like the self, is like the happiness, right? The inner stability, the inner sense of fulfillment, the inner sense of satisfaction. Like these all together right now are very like the Nine of Pentacles, yes, but I'll leave that off for now. Like for these cards that are forming the basis of like this place where you are, where it's kind of time to like chill for a minute, right? Before like the next phase, like kind of plan, kind of like think things through, Cancer. Like that's where you need to be. Like think about it, right? Like this guy has a cute hat. I kind of want one of those. No, but really, like he is just chilling and he's like taking the time to think, right? He's kind of being judicious about like his path forward, right? Planning, outlooks, right? Right by the Nine of Wands, which is like emotional fulfillment, satisfaction. It's wishes. It's called the wishes card, but I always see it as a card of like inner fulfillment. That's what wishes granted is, right? It's like your dreams, your hopes, your all these things like being fulfilled and manifested, right? Followed by the Sun, like what a great sign for like success, Cancer. Like you guys like that money, right? Like you're a money sign, like success, but not just that kind of like this work that you're doing on the inside to like get yourself like stable to like deal with these things that might come up for you in the next few weeks. Like this is like you handling them. Cancer, like I feel like you're going to be facing like your demons in a way, right? And uh not like in the toxic devil way, but sort of like this is almost like therapy to me, you know, like someone who is like taking care of their inner world, like who understands that like to be this manifester, to be this like 9 and 10 of Pentacles, this person solidly standing on their own, like she's a single lady, she's a single lady, she's a single lady, and her hands are up. Her hands are up. Anyway, and to be this like 10 of Pentacles fulfillment, this is like the underlying feeling here is like that earth, that like emotional satisfaction to your material world. But this is someone who's stable, right? This is somebody who's like fulfilled and who's satisfied and who's like at home in themselves. Like Cancer kind of has that shifting personality where sometimes you can be different people. Like let's call it compartmentalizing a little bit, right? And this is like getting in touch with you, right? Of breaking through all that Mercury retrograde chatter to like really get a sense of who you are and what you want and where you want to be, right? This could be like recognizing that where you are, I want to say where you are isn't the right place. So, Cancer, whether that's your job, whether that's like the city you live in, whether that's like the role you're playing in some way in your life, like it's about looking at those things because Gemini is also very about like relationships and connections, right? And like how your energy interplays with other people, right? The roles you play, the relationship dynamics, right? So it's time to look at those things and to get really solid, to take a step back, to like rest and reflect. So that like when this time passes, and for Gemini I was saying it's going to be in the springtime, like when they get movement again. I don't think it's going to be that long for you guys, Cancer. I see Cancer like kind of moving along from this energy like at the start of the new year. You know, as soon as this Mercury retrograde is passed, as soon as like Saturn transits into Capricorn finally, like I think that's going to be a harmonious transit for you guys. Because you kind of relate to Capricorn and they're like watery energy, but also like they're like workhorse, like all about the money, all about like the guap. Two paths here, guys. We have the Six of Cups and we have the Queen of Cups. All right, so the Six of Cups I normally love. It's such a like beautiful card of like people say it's the past and you can kind of see how like it's the culmination of the past, like in your joy and your happiness, like this is like yeah I worked for it, like everybody drinks on me, hey yeah, Cancer's life for the party, hey, because that's so just buying everybody drinks, right? But the Queen of Cups to me right now is like Cancer like really getting stable. You know, like the Queen of Cups, like she's on her throne, she's on the water, she's like in touch with her emotions, she's fluid, like bitch is flowing. um, yeah, I'm not gonna go there. She's flowing, you know, she's in her element, but she's like on it, like she's balanced. Like this is me, her like floating on the water, like so gently. You know, just like serenely rocking. Cancer is rocking. They keep on rocking. As opposed to this, like, it's not time, Cancer, to like give your energy to other people. It's not time to like dwell. Like, it's good to reflect. Like, that's what we want. But like, in a way that's gonna get you strong. That's gonna get you like emotionally grounded. That's gonna get you like an intuitive way forward. Right? Like, that's the only way I want you to really be looking at the past here. as in like what you can mine from it going forward in terms of how it serves you still, right? Like not nostalgia for nostalgia's sake, not like joy and happiness for its own sake. Forward movement. I just feel Cancer is going to be moving. When Saturn comes in Capricorn, like it's going to be bringing lessons about work and like where you've been putting your energy and if your work is paying off. And yes, sometimes Cancer can be like it's considered a lazy sign. I mean, Cancer rising, like I'll give it to you. You know, it happens, but like also a sign about money, about like you know, that's like security, right? And like look at the security here that's promised, like material security, like emotional security, right? Like happiness. That's where this all comes from. Is like this happiness, this joy, this feeling like I'm killing it. Like Cancer just feeling themselves. Feeling yourselves, Cancer. Right? And then it brings all this like great success and stability. But now again, starting off with the Two of Wands, it's time to reflect. It's time to plan. It's time to kind of think. Right? Like get clear in your head. Get like nurturing with yourself. Like the Queen of Cups, like to me is such a nurturing card. All the queens are, but like especially the Queen of Cups because like she cares for the heart. Right? The way the Queen of Pentacles cares for the home, kind of, and the Queen of Wands, like, swords, like justice and like what's right. Like the Queen of Cups cares for the heart. She cares for the emotions. Cancer, like it's time for you to start caring about your emotions. Like not caring like you don't care, but like taking care of them. Like if something is throwing you off or bothering you, Cancer, like now is the time to see like if you just had this weird sense of like ennui or like depression, like what's causing that? Like what is making you feel like what is all this anxiety that I'm not gonna take too many. No, what is all this anxiety that like you're feeling? Like where does it come from? How do you address it? What can you do now? Like what are the steps you can take to get yourself into like this dreamy, lovey place of happiness and like satisfaction? Satisfaction. Right? We have two nines here. The Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Like fulfillment. Real like emotional mental fulfillment. Very nice, Cancer, very nice. Like I think this is gonna be a good inward time. Like I told Gemini not to like the retreating that they were doing was not to like sit on the couch and watch Netflix and eat chocolate and like do all that stuff, but like for you guys I almost feel like that is more of what we're talking about. Okay, so I'm doing this thing where like I don't really read reverse, but I'm gonna take it into account here, cause like look at what we get. As the reverse card, we're talking about Mercury retrograde, the Eight of Wands, the card of communication, of messages in reverse. Right next to here we have the Six of Swords, right? Like moving away from that rocky territory. Like this is to me like you guys moving towards that Queen of Cups energy where this is stable, where the water is calm. But look, what I love about this card, like in most decks it's a Orman like rowing a woman and child. This one, this man is navigating himself, right? And that's what I want to say for you guys. Like when we're talking about intuition, when we're talking about like reflection, about like getting in touch with what you want, your dreams and your ambitions, like the things that are going to make you happy, like this is about taking ownership of that. Like it's harsh to say sometimes, but really at some point and this isn't to take for granted like things like depression or like mental illness, but at some point, like as adults, we kind of have to start taking responsibility for our own happiness. So it's about like, remember I said Six of Cups was like not dwelling in the past? It's about leaving that shit behind. Like, look at it, but leave it behind. Because look what we have here. We have the Princess of Pentacles. Like, this is Cancer, like, ready to start a new phase. Like, what did I say before about a new job or like moving places? Like, this is like real gusto and energy, like, channeled into your material world. Like, she's ready. Look at her. She's ready to go. With the goat, like for Capricorn, like this is what I was saying, by the end of the year, like you guys are going to be taking off. And in the seasons of Capricorn, like there's going to be big developments and big movements in your material world, right? But like now is not the time. I'll go with it. Now is not the time to like act on those. Like now is not the time for the movement, right? Like, and we're only talking 2 weeks, right? We're talking till the new moon. Really, ultimately, to like the next full moon in January. So like, really, I feel like by the end of January is where you'll see all these things manifested. But like, at least, especially for the next 2 weeks until we get to the new moon in Sag, like, it's time to pull back. It's time to like not be so expressive and kind of like just get in touch with you. Bottom of the deck, Two of Swords, like the other two, the other card of like choices, and like this one's more about lack of movement and like not acting, right? Like this one, the Two of Wands to me is more about like gathering information, sort of like making plans, stuff like that. But the Two of Swords is like, do I go left or do I go right? Right? And it's that same meditation idea, like that same sense of reflection, that same sense of like, it's a balancing act. It's a balancing act of like where your energies are going, I want to say. Right? Like taking them away from the ones that aren't like serving you right now, right? Like pulling back from those and then investing them in things that you do want, right? So it's like the balancing act, like the internal emotional like time to like get stable and sit still. Because what do we have coming? Cancer, we have change, death. Like I really feel like the start of the new year is going to bring like a new way of life for you. And I'll just do one more. Eight of Swords. Remember all that fear, that like that restlessness we were talking about before, that mental restlessness. Shut up, loud ass neighbors. Anyway, so this is why like Geminis are keeping our fucking mouth shut, because like that Scorpio energy got us all hyped and ready to like go for it, and now it's like Mercury retrograde season, so it's not the time to be like expressing yourself. Pull back, Cancer. Okay. But this is like good. I think this is kind of what you need. Like Cancer needs to be stable, right? Like you're a water sign, you can flow, you can ride the waves, you can like read, but like no matter, she's riding the waves, but she's stable, right? It's not like the Prince of Cups where it's like he's like diving through the water. The same with the Princess, like she's on top of it. She's above the water, right? She's like calmly on top of it. Like think about your like real material goals, right? Like what you want to like manifest here. It's gonna start here. Like get pumped up. Hey, action. Kind of goes against everything I was just saying now, don't no, but I'm gonna still go with this. It's fire and action, right? Like I told you guys, it's not gonna be a long process. right? It's just like a kind of temporary calming, right, through the retrograde. But like this is saying to me like it's time to like let's just do all three at once. This is saying to me, guys, it's time like for things to start really happening, right? Because then we have strength in the mountain, and then we have the stars for and infinite energy. Like this is fucking Cancer, like manifesting like a motherfucker. Remember what I've just been saying, like about all these things that are going to be available to you in the new year, Cancer. Like this is just like a little dosage of that. Like look at all that. Look at all that like energy at your disposal. Take it. It's yours. What movie was that? Troy? Oh. Take it. It's yours. Ah. No, but seriously. Take it. It's yours. Like the Two of Wands is feeling like this fire here. Like time to like prime yourself for action. Like even though I'm emphasizing the rest right now, like it's because this is coming. It's because real moves are going to be happening. It's because like all these things that she wants, like this stuff. I'm just throwing the cards all over. No, this is what she wants. No, like what she is kind of like going for, like it's action. It's happening, right? Like this is like you guys are getting what you want. You're gonna be getting what you want. You're gonna feel good. Oh, Cancer. I wish. Well, I'm a Cancer rising, so I'm gonna take that a little bit and say, "Ooh, I like that for myself." All right. So we're gonna take a quick look at the cards here, y'all. All right, Cancer. So we got choices, right? For right now, like, do we live in our emotions or do we like get the hang of them and master them? Right? Because look at what we have here. Like look at all this fulfillment and satisfaction here. Right? Like look at just all this promise. Happiness, like joy, building things, security, and then like moving away from shit, moving away from that tumultuous time and like like making the moves but being cautious and taking your time and going slow. And like really preparing for like manifesting. Like really Princess of Pentacles is ready to go for it. Like she's got this like fire under her, right? Building up strength right now. And then like the princesses and the princes too, to me, are always just like cards of dreaming of the possibilities. All right, so good things happening in the end of this year, Cancer. Really moving to like a really positive place, but like right now again, like get still, think it through, take your time, clear the chatter, clear the noise, like don't get overwhelmed by it. All right, Cancer. So, in the description, you have links to my Facebook, follow me, Instagram, follow me, and also I'm starting private readings. We're going to be doing personal readings on sale right now for the holidays, like crazy blowout sale. There's a link below for my Etsy site. Half-hour readings are going to be $20. Hour readings are going to be 45. Great little sale. Like get the channel kicked off, get us started. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment. I love to hear from y'all. And guys, like take your time with yourself. Like this is a great moment for you to just like indulge in nurturing yourself, indulge in like being chill and like enjoying yourself and just like reflecting, talk to a friend, talk to a therapist, go to meditation, like 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 do a little ritual, right? Even if it's just like a little candle burning for the full moon, like a little something that just like gets you in the headspace of like getting calm and centered and like ready to manifest, because it's coming. And yo, if you're not ready, you could just like be like, Bye, opportunity. See you later. Nice. Thanks for coming through. Or you can like grab that bitch by the throat and like, did that sound? That might have not sounded. Grab the opportunity by the throat and just make it happen. Oh man, we live in a Harvey Weinstein era, huh? All right, Cancer, I'm out. Have a good night and good luck.